Hello, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and the decks I'm using are listed below. Other than that, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into your selection. Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Libra? Okay. Is this going to work? So, I feel like we want to take a break from something. There's a lot of oracle cards. Okay. I feel like we want to take a break from something. I want to know a little bit more about the conflict that's around you here before we go too far. This, you get the Star card with the Five of Swords reversed. Conflict that I feel like, you might be working out the details on something, and whoever this is does not like that. They don't like you figuring out the puzzle. And I feel like they're trying to find ways to intimidate you. Intimidate you out of the situation, or intimidate you into compliance, something like that. You're figuring out the situation. They don't like that. I get that. And I keep getting they're trying to intimidate you, but you are figuring it out. I don't feel like I had the option. I just feel like I had to. I don't know how to explain that. It's not like you were just like, well, it's Tuesday, you need something to do, might as well figure out this issue. It wasn't like that. It was kind of like, I need to. I feel like it was in front of you, and you're like, I got to figure out what's going on here so I know how to deal with it. How do I handle it? What do I need to do with it? The energy is a little bit overwhelming. It's a little bit overwhelming. They're making it very uncomfortable for you. The first thing that I feel pulling forward is like, taking a break is good. Walking away is not. It may be a while before you come back around to it, but realize that the situation is best to return to it later and not just to abandon it totally, because I feel like the aggression towards you, it's like, I don't want to do this. It's like, you know what? No. For whatever reason, it may be like, no. There's a reason you're a part of the situation. There's a reason you are where you are. Right now is not the time to come forward with the truth that you've learned, but the opportunity in a more peaceful time will come at some point. At some point keeps coming back. May not be soon, but it'll be somewhere. If you go into it with that kind of feeling, right now it's like, I can't get the support I want. Is it the 5? Yes, the 5 of Pentacles. I can't get the support I want. It's just not hitting the mark. It's like you notice those coins are falling, but they're not falling into that hand. It's a mismatch of energy. I'm not getting the support I need. People should be backing me on this. People don't want to be a part of it. People are just trying to avoid it as well. All right now I'm not getting the support I need, so maybe it's time for me to just step aside for right now. Get a buffer between me and this energy, but also stay connected with it. Like, keep paying attention, keep figuring out the situation, but in a way that people don't realize that you know what's still going on. If you do it in that version, because I feel like if I'm just like, I'm not coming back to this, forget it, I feel like I'm going to try to cut ties with the situation, but they're kind of like, yeah, but you kind of will be coming back to it one way or another. If you stay in that mindset, like right now, know. Maybe not in the next few months, maybe not even in the next year, but at some point, yes. And it may be in the sense of like, not like presenting proof, like I know what's going on here, I knew what was going on here, now we need to correct it. It may not be in that version. It may be in the version of like, internally, I know how this situation works. I know what these people do. I'm not bringing up that past situation, but I know to look for that pattern, and I can deconstruct something in the future before it becomes this level again. It may be like that. Life works out the way it works out, you know? For now, back off, because it's like the situation is not honoring you. You keep feeling, I keep getting this over and over. Maybe I need to, like, you keep stepping back, like, I'm just going to done. It's understandable because there's a lot of aggression coming at you. But they're like, it's a break. And the break may be a year or more. But it's kind of like, remember, it's a break so that you don't completely detach and you keep yourself, like, keep your notes or keep your whatever you need to the side. So that way, if you need to use it later, you can use it later. Instead of starting back at square one. Kind of like, I kind of remember, but not completely. That type of thing. You're meant to be safe in this situation. Be careful. This aggression thing here, if they get the impression that you've completely walked away, that's not a bad thing. People feel what they feel. People think what they think. It's fine for them to think you're completely done, as long as you remember that you're not. Whatever this is, I feel like having the emotional distance from other people, that's fine, as long as you're still in the power position, kind of like, I don't like this, I don't want to deal with this, but it'll probably come around. It could be over a year, but it will come around again. Because it does come back at some point. It depends on you. Like, I don't know when this is coming back. It's a general read. It could come back in a couple weeks or a couple months. For some of you, it might be longer. But the point is to keep that in that position where I have this lined up, I have this to the side. I'm staying connected very privately. Because when it comes back, you're not choosing when this comes back. It's just coming back when it's coming back. It's ironic that the death card comes in here later, kind of like, I'm going to resolve the situation and I'm going to put it to bed the way it should have been put to bed to begin with. The death card can be a new beginnings card, and you literally do have the oracle card, new beginnings, coming forward. So I'm trying to understand what they want to say here, because I'm seeing this and it makes me nervous. So I'm just going to pick it up. Be careful about trying to play it diplomatically. Okay. You are diplomatic energy, though, so that's weird. Like, you work things out. Typically, Libra tries to do things peacefully, and that's not bad. This is saying be careful about being too secretive. There's a few foxes in the hen house here, and they're a little shifty and kind of like depends on the opportunity, depends on the time. Be careful of that. Being too secretive isn't going to work, and it's like being overly diplomatic. And it's maybe hard to see when you are. What's the better way to do it then? Put it all on the table. Just put it all right on the table. Not in an accusing sense. It's almost like if I was putting out a recipe, I'm just putting it right out there. These are the things that go in it. This is how it's added in. This is when that's added in. This is how that's done. This is how long that's done this for. This is why we do this way. This is how we do this that way. This is how long we let it cool. This is when we let this do this. This is when we serve it. Blah, 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 blah. The whole thing, just kind of like matter-of-factly, this is the whole process. Put it all right out there. Showing your whole poker hand. Showing your whole poker hand as much as you're willing to show anyway. Does that make sense? So, like, you may not be the type to say, this is where I got that recipe. You may not be the type to say, I changed these ingredients. You may not be the type to say, I use this type of pan for this reason. It's just putting it all out there. This is how you do it, and let people figure out on their own where you got the information from. You don't have to give your sources or where you got things from. So giving information as much as you normally would, as far as you can comfortably give it out without feeling like there's going to be backlash. But like, don't hold anything back. Just put it all right out there and let other people decide for themselves what they want to do with it. I almost feel like I don't even want to be in the center of attention, or like this is where it came from. So like I keep seeing this board meeting, right? And it's kind of like everybody, like say maybe there's 12, 13, 15 people in this board meeting, right? I just write up what I just type up what I want known. I print out 15 copies. I put it in front of everybody's seat. When they get there, they read it. They don't even have to know it came from you. You don't have to do that part even. As long as the information gets out there and you don't hold any of it back within reason. Within reason. Like, this is how it's all happened. This is how this gets done. This is how this went. This is when it's served. I'm just using a recipe, but you know what I mean. They don't even have to know it came from you if you don't want them to. It's just not holding back the information. So that you can hold back that it came from you, but don't hold back any of the details that you feel like will come out sooner or later. It's kind of like, well, I could say it now, or I could wait for it to naturally come out in 5 months. Put it, if it's going to come out at some point, put it all there. Put it all there right in the beginning. Like, it makes sense why you want like things to release in certain times and certain pieces. They're saying bypass that situation this time. That every situation's its own thing. You know what I mean? This will realign that whole situation. Okay. So are we sure, like, Libra doesn't have to be... You don't have to be trapped in it. You don't have to be trapped in it. You don't have to let... It doesn't have to be... Like, I feel like there's ways where the information can come out and it doesn't have to be, you know, tied back to you. Okay. This will get things to change. This will get the past questioned and sorted out without you being the target. You can come. You can be sitting over here looking pretty. Let other people work it out. If it does get bloody again, you don't have to be a part of it. You're like, I put everything I knew out there. They can sort it out themselves. Is that making sense? Because I feel like there's a lot here that people aren't going to like. There is going to be like this energy where people want to question this, question that, but if they don't know where it came from, all they can do is go back and, is this real or is this not? Instead of going back and questioning the person where it came from, if they don't have that to touch base with, they have to just go back and like, is this information true? Did that actually happen? And that's a better way to handle it anyway. Did it really happen or did it not? Let's take a look. It did really happen. Yeah, but who said it? Who cares? It did happen. We need to deal with it. It did happen. Yeah, but I want to know who said it. I don't care if you want to know who said it. You don't have to be out in the middle of it. They don't have to. They don't need to know that. It's going to realign the situation. There's going to be a lot of unhappy people. It's going to make some other people uncomfortable. Like who blew us in? Who blew what in? Who blew this in? It's something that needed to be corrected. And it kind of bypasses where you're the target. People are going to be bent out of shape a little bit. But the thing is, you can be effective and keep moving forward. You can be this king of fire energy. Just keep moving. When this situation starts to get a little bit scary, keep things busy. Keep yourself busy. Make it so you can't participate in whatever's going on there. You're too busy. Oh, I'll try to get to it. Oh, I don't remember. What was that about? I got so much going on. I don't know. You know what? You got to do what you got to do. There's no reason for you to be the target. And people might be trying to find a target. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Keep yourself moving. Keep yourself busy. You don't have to be the target. This can actually work out. It may not work out the way it ideally should, but at least it'll work out fairly in the long run. Better than not at all, you know? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.